Ah, la porte.
Alright, bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue à Démystifier l'art québécois.
Afro-québécois.
Afro-québécois. Cet événement, c'est un événement créé par Average en collaboration avec le Musée des beaux-arts. Pour ceux qui ne sont pas trop familiers avec Average, on est vraiment une compagnie de production qui crée des projets artistiques et culturels. Moi, je m'appelle Harry, je suis accompagné de mon associé Anna, puis on va être vos modérateurs pour le panel et pour la discussion qui va avoir en deuxième partie par la suite. So basically we are here today to talk about black art, right? And what it's like to be a black artist, not in the States, not in Toronto, but here in Montreal. And so today, yeah, go ahead.
On va switch anglais-français
Ouais, on est à
comme
Montréal,
franglais,
so.
ok? Donc, si vous voyez c'est comme bizarre, on va juste faire les deux, juste vous avertir en avance.
Yeah, so basically we have two incredible artists here from the city, and they're going to help us understand the reality of a black artist. Je suis sûr que la plupart d'entre eux, des gens qui sont ici, ils vous connaissent. C'est pour ça qu'ils sont ici. Pour les gens qui regardent le live stream, pour les gens qui sont ici et qui sont peut-être pas familiers avec votre travail, could you guys just quickly introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
My name's Quiche. Does this work?
Yeah, this way.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name's Quiche. I'm a visual artist, painter, and I paint mainly the female form, the black female form. And I've been painting for about 5 years now, 2 years full time.
I'm Chivenji. I'm 19 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter, Haitian, born in Montreal, and I've been singing and writing, performing for about close to a year. And yes.
Donc, on va commencer directement dans la discussion. Donc, la discussion va durer environ une trentaine de minutes, puis après ça, on va prendre une petite pause et on va faire une discussion de groupe. Donc, si vous avez des questions, comme gardez-les pour la fin. Mais si vous voulez vraiment savoir tout de suite, juste levez la main puis je vais être comme, OK, tu peux y aller. Donc, là, on vient de voir l'œuvre de Basquiat et on aimerait savoir comment tu peux t'identifier en tant qu'artiste noir à l'œuvre, en fait, à l'artiste qu'est Basquiat ou la personne qu'est Basquiat. Comment vous pouvez vous identifier? On peut commencer avec Quiche.
I would say definitely the challenges of sharing your vision and your voice in a predominantly white art world. That's a challenge that he was facing, and I feel like it's very relevant to this day. It's still very relevant. I remember reading an article that said that in the beginning of his career, he was having a lot of issues with getting his art in galleries and like well-known galleries and museums and stuff, and it was because his art wasn't seen as the norm. And like the people who were in charge and running the gallery, they couldn't really relate to his work. And I feel like that's still the case to this day. Like a lot of galleries, I feel like they're not open to sharing or accepting the type of art that I create because it's mainly women of color. And you're not used to seeing that in galleries, you know?
Yeah. And how about you?
What stood out to me, I guess, about Basquiat's journey as a whole, as a black artist, was really that most of his art was created from like a place of like, I don't know if I can say like pain or just like, it was just this thing that needed to come out in a way, and that he was used to doing it in like on the walls or with graffiti or whatnot, and you know, he was told that that's not good, you can't do that. So then he said, okay, let me see if I do it on the boards, if I like cater it to, you know, a white audience or whatnot, like is it gonna be more acceptable now? But then I don't know, it was just that that like reminder that no matter how it's presented, it's still gonna be a problem or something about it because we're like us at the end of the day. So I feel like it was just interesting to see that, I don't know, someone who's selling for millions even after like living like as fast is still, you know, it's still like not even relevant, but like people still deem Basquiat as like a candidate for any like sort of discredit just for the simple fact that he wasn't doing art that was
The typical,
typical degree artists, da 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 da. You know, although he had the range to do so, I'm sure he was doing what he felt he needed to do with his heart, what he needed, you know, it's really with the intention of the art.
Good. Now, if we talk about your personal journey as an artist, can you guys take us back to when it first started? Like, how did you guys even discover that you guys had a talent for art?
I wouldn't say that it was a discovery. I feel like it was just something that is naturally. It was really a matter of just getting back into the flow of what felt natural and normal to me, and like finding the courage to commit to that like instinctual creativity. So I've always been a very creative child. Like I'd always be drawing and sketching. I think all kids are creative, so it's just really sticking to that, holding on to that art, that like artist within that we all have as children. But yeah, I was always creative. I would be drawing and like taking pictures with my dad's camera and like creating little skits with my sister. I was a very creative child, so I was just getting back into that and finding the courage to commit.
So it was always a passion.
It's just like it feels normal and natural to me, like it's who I am. So it's just, you know, just being true to who I really am, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you?
Me, I guess it would be like, just to take on what Keish was saying, it's how when you're like a child, you kind of just do everything. It's just doing everything, drawing on that. Oh my God, what's that? So it kind of just like feeds this like, or just creates like a spark for creativity, but not everyone kind of holds on to it or feels confident enough in it, I would say. But I feel like what really like kind of solidified it for me or whatnot was when I was like in school or like maybe, I don't know, 3rd or 4th grade, when we would have to borrow books from the library every week and read I would like be borrowing books on how to draw. I'd be like, I don't want to read no story, like I want to know how to draw. So I was borrowing, and then I was like, okay, So then I would learn how to just draw shapes, cubes, 3D stuff, and just do that while the teacher was talking. But
did you ever get in trouble for doing this?
I was like, what? But yeah, no, and just like really just, this is what I like to do. And as you learn what it is that can be done, what it means, as you just learn the culture and everything, you kind of just see if it is what you want to do and see how it is that you want to do it moving on.
Again, from the very beginning, when you found your true passion, you always felt like you had to stick with it, right? Was it easy for you guys to do so?
Not really, because you have like the pressure of your parents in my case. Because originally I was, it's normal because your parents want the best for you and they want that security. So originally I was like studying business, accounting, and I was working at a bank 9 to 5, but I would always be doing my art on the side, and that's what really made me feel fulfilled and happy, and like I was living my purpose. So yeah, I mean, it was hard to fully commit to it and give up the security for like the art, the creative route. But you know, you just have to. I just give my parents the benefit of the doubt and realize that it can be hard for them to accept that that's the choice that your child wants to make. And remind them and yourself that you really just have one life to live and you shouldn't be living it for anyone other than yourself. And if you're doing something that's good and that's helping other people, you know, because like my art is really about like helping other women see the beauty within themselves. So I feel like it's therapeutic to me and it's also helping other people. So that's what makes it easy and takes away from like the difficulty of the worry and trying to always please other people, you know?
Yeah, and you, Givenchy, was it easy for you to just fully commit?
At first, well, given that I was definitely more into visual art, so I was drawing and everything and painting. But at first, it wasn't as easy because you're told that if this is what you choose to pursue, it's not gonna be secure ever. It's like you'll be like struggling and like side hustle here, side hustle there, all the way to like more grown age or whatnot. So I don't know. It's just it wasn't really supported the way it needed to be at the time. It needed to be supported the most, which is kind of why I personally have to just do this whole like unlearning to relearn that this is like up for grabs for people like me, for people like us as well. And it's like just as valid, like our narratives are valid, whether creative or political, like they're valid. And you know, so just it was really like, it wasn't, most people don't know, I guess, so they're not gonna try and have you know that. So they're gonna project that, I guess. So it wasn't really supported how it needed to. Like my mom's like, oh, wow, like she's Haitian, so she's like, oh, you're not gonna be a doctor, da, da. And I'm like, no. And it's like, not even a pastor. I'm like, not a pastor neither. No. So you know, it's like, I don't know, because it should be supported as much as it can when it's like just starting out. But yeah, you can never dim a light, you know, like you gotta always shine bright.
You kind of have to be your own support system.
Yeah, for sure, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like when you realize that you have to have yourself first and not really give not much, but like as much importance to like external approval or like that's when it's gonna like form, I feel.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about your work. So Kish, just in my opinion, when I see like your art, I think about body, nudity, and sensuality. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering why it's always like, I don't know, maybe it's...
Naked people?
Yeah, oh, why is it always naked people?
I just really, I find it so beautiful. I find the female form very beautiful, and it's empowering. And I want to paint the female form in settings that to me represent like divinity and enlightenment, as opposed to like the over-sexualized objectification that goes on like in mainstream media with Black women. So that's why I paint it in this light. Yeah. It's like a dreamlike fantasy divinity vibe to all my pieces.
And do you just paint like someone like that, or you, because I know that if you follow her on Instagram, I know that you always ask like to women to send you like a picture of them, or is that how you usually work, or
no,
just
not
that?
really, but I ask if people are interested in collaborating, mm-hmm. and because I just want to get different body types. I don't want it to always be the same, like, mm-hmm. you know, I want everyone to be able to see themselves in the work. So yeah, I'll set up like a little photo shoot, and then I have an idea in my head and I'll sketch it out and combine everything, either like digitally first, just to see like the overall image, and then I'll just paint it with oil paint. But yeah, I don't just like ask ladies to send me raunchy DMs.
Do ladies DM you? Sometimes?
Ladies and men.
Men's?
And I don't want to paint the male female form. So just a heads up, I just paint women for now. Yeah.
Okay, and you, Jean-Chi, we know that you use a lot of sounds and movement in your work. Could you describe us, like, what's your work progress?
Well, my working progress is still in development. So I'm learning it, but so far I'm feeling some type of way. I'm in the mood. I'm in my room. I have what I have, so I'm gonna make what I can with what I have, and just, you know, I record. At first it's not words, it's just mumbles, it's just how I feel. It's like letting it speak, letting whatever it is, if I'm happy, letting it speak. And then if it sounds like something, I just add words to it, and it just kind of just creates, like, kind of just strive to maybe recreate the emotion or just to like preserve it, because I don't know, it's kind of like an archive of what made me who I am today and what makes me who I am tomorrow. So I kind of just want to really, I feel like I owe it to my like emotions to paint them as like truly as I can. So that's why I really want to capture it in like the most like raw, like damn, I'm gonna record on my phone just to have it, I'm gonna do this.
Like
So
as soon as it comes to you, you just
yeah,
want to
as soon
put
as
it
it
out
comes, or
right
as soon
away.
as I feel myself not understanding something, I know that that's what I have to do. And I feel like I feel better once I see it, like not
like
scrambled
therapy.
anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Cool. And is it easy for you to just tap into your creativity? You know, is there anything you do specifically to put yourself in a certain mood, or?
Well, it was hard for me to put myself into like, okay, creativity mode, you have to like create something right now. At first, because I was seeing it too much as this like linear thing that, okay, there's a start, there's an end, it's gonna be in the same day, the same hour, da-da-da. I was seeing it too much in this like structured way, and I wasn't like allowing myself to give it time. It's gonna take a week to find maybe one word for this one part. So I guess that's like just giving myself the time. I don't know if I answered correctly, but I kind of forgot the question. I was answering. I just
What do you do to tap in?
Yeah.
a million directions.
No, so basically you just don't put that pressure.
Yeah, I don't put that
on
pressure
yourself.
to do it a specific
It takes
way.
some money.
Because the way that I have to do it is the way that I'm gonna do it. You know, I cannot focus too much on that because then it takes away from what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I really just listen to myself and to my body, what I need to do, when I need to do it.
And what about you, Kish?
Kind of the same thing. It's like it just there's no like specific set time or anything. It just comes naturally, and I let it speak through me, and I just do my thing. Yeah, and but like if I have like a creative block or anything like that, I'll sounds super cliche, but I'll like meditate. I just try and silence my mind. I'll go for walks in nature. It's just really it's just your natural essence coming out. So you have to try and get as in touch with it as possible to create the best work, the best art, I guess. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So, on va aller dans le vif du sujet. On veut savoir, vous, en tant que personne noire à Montréal, c'est quoi les difficultés que vous avez en tant qu'artiste? Si on peut commencer avec toi.
En tant qu'artiste noir à Montréal, genre les difficultés que... Frankly, I'm like gonna go into English now. I'm like the difficulties that I like encounter in Montreal, I feel that it's a lot of times people don't really give us the chance to introduce ourselves for what it is that we are, how complex we are, what it is that we want to like represent.
Yeah.
They're kind of just going to be like,
Black
no, you have
art.
to do that, you have to do that. If you're not talking about this, then, you know, so there's this box, there's always box, mold, and even if there's this like illusion of someone going against the grain, it's still kind of controlled by someone who doesn't want you to say too much or do too much still. So it's kind of like even more complex now because we're kind of just doing this like reverse psychology stuff, and I'm like, just listen to what it is and accept it, you know, because that's like how you honor the art. You don't try and make it someone or something else to me. So that's what I feel like I've encountered a lot, is people trying to make you, no, you have to sing R&B, no, you have to be the typical
Tu
you
peux pas
have to.
tout faire.
Exactly.
Donc, tu dois être genre dans une catégorie.
Yeah, for
Et
sure.
aussi, tu dois faire ce que tu aimes faire.
Yeah, exactement. Genre, if you want to be like representative of who you are, then you have to know who you are, and you can't have people tell you who you are for you. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. In Montreal, I feel like it's kind of the same thing that they were talking about with Basquiat, how they want to put you in a box, and they see you as like a Black artist only. You know what I mean? Like they'll reach out to you for like Black History Month events, which is super cool, and I'm happy about that because it's like a step in the right direction. But they'll only see you as that. So I wish that it would be more. They would see you more as an artist first instead of just a Black artist. It's hard. I can understand because it's hard for them to relate to the art that Black artists create. But I feel like we're going in the right direction.
Tranquillement, pas vite.
Slowly but surely, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, being a Black artist comes with a lot of adversity. And how do you guys stay motivated? How do you guys, you know what I'm saying, just stay motivated to keep going and pushing and, you know, continue your journey as an artist?
It just feels natural to me. It feels like it's who I am. So I wouldn't be myself if I wasn't just creating all the time. And I'm like, instead of letting it discourage me when I see like the top artists are always like white males, I don't let that discourage me, and I use that as like a push and motivation. And I think to myself, like, I want to be the change that I wish I saw growing up, you know, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I want to be the example and like help other artists of color, other artists that feel like I did and do, be like I guess a symbol of hope for them. So that's what really motivates me. It encourages me to just push harder. Yeah.
For me, I'd say that it was definitely finding a little community, artist community definitely helps locally or like elsewhere. It just helps to know that, hey, I'm doing this too. So it's like, oh, okay, cool, that's perfect. Like, I'm doing it too. So, you know, it feels less alone, I guess, and it's kind of more like, okay, I have someone in case if ever I feel like I don't know anymore, like, what do you do during those times? And it's kind of just this support system, and support goes a long way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And also, I would say like the support of your fans.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
Your work has an impact. You know, and
Yeah.
a positive one also.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe that could be one of
Yeah,
motivating.
for sure. Like seeing how it inspires other people to be
Yeah.
creative
How it
or see the
resonates.
beauty in themselves. That's like the best, highest part. Like when I get messages from people and say, "Oh my God, I saw myself in your work. You know, oh, you inspired me to be more creative and get back into painting." That really makes me feel so happy.
Do you expect that reaction?
No,
from people?
I really don't. So that's why it's very special to me. Yeah, I really like that.
Comme que je pense que Montréal l'a dit, je sais pas s'il a dit, mais Basquiat, lui, il créait pour créer. Comme c'était juste ça, il n'y avait pas de raison spécifique. Est-ce que pour vous, votre travail, comme qu'est-ce que vous faites, est-ce que c'est juste pour créer ou vous voulez quand même passer un message à travers, soit pour toi, tes œuvres ou toi pour toi, ta musique? Est-ce qu'il y a comme un message? Parce qu'aujourd'hui, on dirait que comme, en tant qu'artiste noir, tu dois comme créer pour...
A purpose.
Yeah.
Like an
Genre,
activist.
c'est ça.
I feel automatically it just becomes like that way. You know?
I see.
Yeah, at first it was just like a form of therapy. It was just for me. And then when I saw how it affected people, it became more for everyone else as well as myself. Yeah, there's no like specific reason other than, I mean, I discovered what it does, but it wasn't like the main thing originally, like, oh, I'm gonna create an Instagram account to get this message out. It was just what came through me naturally, you know?
Est-ce que des fois, tu sens que tu dois quand même, puisque justement les gens aiment qu'est-ce que tu fais, tu dois quand même tout le temps faire des œuvres en fonction de qu'est-ce que les gens aiment? Est-ce que des fois tu sens comme ça?
Yeah, I feel like, I think to myself sometimes, I catch myself and I'm like, would they like this? And then I have to remind myself to stay true. Yeah, exactly. You have to stay true to yourself. That's what I would say to, like, if any of you guys are artists, you have to be authentic. You have to stay true to yourself. Authenticity is key. You can't try and please everyone all the time. There's always going to be haters, people that don't like what you do. You have to just be honest with yourself.
Puis les gens qui aiment pas qu'est-ce que tu fais, tu leur dis quoi? Est-ce qu'il y en a quand même beaucoup?
No, no. For the most part, it's a very positive.
Comme les commentaires négatifs que tu reçois, est-ce que des fois ça t'empêche?
Like, do you get negative comments?
Yeah. One time this guy was like, you're a whore because of the paintings they do, and I was like, I didn't know how to react to that at first, but anyone who's very negative and has a lot of hate, they're dealing with their own personal things inside, so I don't entertain it or get mad or let it upset me. I just stay focused and continue creating.
Est-ce que toi, tu as déjà eu des commentaires un peu plus négatifs?
Not really. Pas vraiment, no. But also because I don't really share as much yet. I'm like giving myself the time to really, I'm just taking my time and living. But for what I have out now, or what I've been doing, I feel like nothing negative has been said to me directly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're doing good.
I'm like, they didn't say it, but
Not to your face. Not
To your
yet.
face.
Okay.
Like you mentioned earlier, you said something about it's hard for Black artists to get into institutions or to get support from their industry. And now social media is basically the #1 platform for every artist, all artists, Black artists. Would you guys still be an artist if it wasn't for social media?
Yeah, for sure.
Would you still keep pushing and going if it wasn't for social media?
Yeah, it's just a tool. It's like a marketing tool. It's great. Like, it connects you with so many dope people and other artists. You can be inspired by other artists, but it's not the reason why we create, right?
Or why I'm an artist.
Or why you're an artist. Yeah, it's just a great tool that you can use to help get your work out there. If it didn't exist, you'd have to work a lot harder maybe for exposure and stuff. But it would still, I would still for sure be an artist.
So you guys don't rely just on social media?
No.
Okay.
It's important to meet people. You're telling me it's important because I'm such a hermit. Like, I like to stay at home and not talk to anyone. I'm not a very social person. But and my team, they're always telling me to get out more and speak to people in real life because you can't just rely on social media. It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would still be an artist today without social media. I feel like it'd be different in terms, whether good or bad, I can't say. But I feel like it would definitely still be a thing. Like, I would still be an artist without social media. I feel like if anything, social media just kind of balanced the scale again for me and other creatives, because it's like you said, it's been used as a tool, but I feel like for me it's been used as a tool to kind of, like I was saying, balance the scale, because there was this thing of people have more opportunities, people are, more supported and stuff, so social media definitely helped me as an artist, as in terms of resources and community and contacts, so which I feel is necessary things if you're gonna try and push it, push the artist thing, the content creator thing. It's things that are vital and important if you want to solidify it as a means of money or So I feel like it's definitely, it would be different in that case. It would be harder without social media to be an artist, but it was definitely.
Yeah, you talked about community. Do you guys support one another on social media? Like, do you see when you see another Black artist doing something maybe similar to what you're doing? Do you encourage that person? Do you reach out and tell them like, listen, keep going, like we're in this together, type of thing?
Yeah, I tell them come over and record. I'm like, I have a mic. Because they're like, I don't have a mic, I don't have this. I'm like, I have a mic. And they're like, oh, okay. So they come. Yeah.
Because you guys share resources. That's
yeah,
crazy.
for
That's
sure.
dope.
Or we just put up shows. We put shows up together, travel together, like a band, but not. But yeah, so it's definitely that. I definitely reach out. Because for the most part, I meet, when I talk about community, it's people that I meet at my shows. And so I feel like it would be kind of sus for me to not be like, hey, like, what's up? And have that interaction. So that's what
En ce moment, être un artiste noir, c'est populaire. C'est à la mode, c'est ça que je veux dire. Faut profiter maintenant. Pourquoi selon vous, on doit, même si on sait c'est quoi la raison, mais comme pour les gens qui regardent les vidéos qu'on va publier sur les internets, pourquoi c'est important de mettre justement l'art afro dans les musées, dans les galeries, dans les institutions? Comme pourquoi c'est important d'avoir justement une présence, comme juste pour leur dire ouvertement?
I'm like, why not? Right. I'm like, why not? Right. But I don't know, I feel like it's important because we exist and we're very much so a part of like Quebec society. We're very much so, we're on the mood boards of patati patata, like animé. Animé comme, cute, you know, like, on est là, genre, on inspire le monde, so, you know, on veut être payé comme le reste du monde, you know. But yeah, no, for sure. Why not, you know? We're here, we're asking so politely too. But yeah, I feel like why not would be the answer.
Why not too?
We have a voice, we have our own stories, why not too?
Right.
We deserve to express our stories. Nobody can do it better than we can. We need to be behind the scenes, we need to be more involved. So that, like in the same reasons why we need more people of color in the mainstream media, so that you know, the younger generations can have something to look up to and relate to, and feel like it's possible for them to be in museums, to be on television, to be involved, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Puis pas juste être justement dans les musées, mais aussi travailler en arrière-scène.
Yeah,
Un peu comme
like what you guys are doing.
Yes.
ça.
Yeah,
Voilà.
You know,
what you guys are doing.
moving the culture forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Donc, pour terminer,
Yeah,
on veut...
unfortunately,
C'est ça, parce
it's
qu'on veut
coming to
vraiment
an
faire la
end.
discussion ensemble. Donc, est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire sur quoi vous travaillez en ce moment,
Yeah, what can we expect from you guys?
dans le futur? 2019, on va rester à 2019.
Yes, this is the time where you can plug everything.
Yes,
You
ça
know?
bloque tout.
Well, I'm working on a new series. I don't want to say too much. It's going to be ready. I'm going to be releasing bits and pieces of it in the spring. So follow me on social media. It's around like, you know, enlightenment and growth, and it's kind of the same theme as my other work. Merchandise as well will be released in the springtime. I have a show in the UK with an art organization called Creative Debut. It's for International Women's Day, so it's going to be in March. And I'll be like documenting it and like vlogging, so if you guys can't come, you can be there virtually. And yeah, that's all I can think of right now. So stay tuned.
Me, I've been working on an EP for about a year and a half. So it's songs that I did at my mom's house, out my mom's house, a bit everywhere. I like So I've been working on that for a year, meeting amazing people, been performing, was privileged enough to perform for Pride last summer. So I released my last project last year. It was about 4 songs done in my bedroom, very DIY. And I was blessed enough to perform my songs a bit everywhere. So I did Pride, I did Red Bull in Toronto. I've been performing at little balls, voguing too. But yeah, I'm working on organizing more balls for queer Black people in Montreal to come and walk and, be celebrated. So we have practice on Fridays, and yeah. So I'm working on my EP mostly though, and it's gonna come out very soon.
Stay tuned.
And yes.
All right, well, thank you so much, guys. Make sure to follow them on social media, and support. And again, it's important, support Black artists, Black art. And so on va aller à la deuxième partie, on va prendre une petite pause de 10 minutes.
Vous avez
ça,
10 minutes, après ça,
10
vous
minutes.
revenez.
All right.
Thank you.